2021 is nearly over as we come to the end of what has been an era-defining year in professional wrestling. As we head towards 2022, the free agency market has heated up once again, with a plethora of talent available to stack the rosters of wrestling promotions around the world, drawing more eyes to the likes of MLW and Impact Wrestling, or perhaps adding even more depth to larger promotions like New Japan, WWE, and AEW. So today, let's take a look at the 10 hottest free agents in wrestling as we head towards the new year. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Former UFC fighter Tom Lawlor recently revealed on Twitter that his contract with Major League Wrestling has ended. Whilst he is the current New Japan Strong Openweight champion, Lawlor has declared his free agency, with him likely fielding offers from every top promotion in the world. After 4 years with the company, Tom became a free agent on November 1st, 2021. Once his contract expired, judging from the tone of his tweet, he is still on good terms with MLW, but is looking to move on. Since he is the current New Japan Strong Openweight champion, we will be seeing Tom in New Japan at least for the short term, although his long-term future with the company depends on any future deal he strikes with them or elsewhere. Even a return to MMA could be possible, with him still under contract with PFL. Less than a month ago, Ring of Honor shocked fans when it announced that they will be taking a hiatus in 2022 following December's Final Battle pay-per-view, with all talent free to work elsewhere immediately. Two wrestlers who are available to the open market are Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe, collectively known as the Briscoe Brothers. The Briscoes have been one of Ring of Honor's most dominant tag teams, with a record 11 ROH Tag Team Championships. They have been around since day one, and they're the only wrestlers from Ring of Honor's first event that are still working with the company. Fans can expect to see a lot of the Briscoes going forward, as they're likely to get involved with multiple promotions outside of Ring of Honor, and they are the reigning GCW Tag Team Champions and have been announced for several GCW shows in December and January. They've also had social media interactions with AEW's FTR, so perhaps they could become All Elite in the near future. One of the most dominant NXT stars in recent memory, Killer KROSS, formerly known in WWE as Karrion Kross, had a tragic end to his WWE career. Kross, alongside his fiancée Scarlett Bordeaux, became a major success in NXT, with the former becoming a two-time NXT champion. However, a humiliating main roster debut, followed by a gimmick change when he transferred to Raw, killed his momentum. The duo were released on November 4, 2021 due to budget cuts, with it being rumored that Kross had backstage heat due to his understandable frustration with his gimmick. Since their release, many have speculated where they might end up next, and Kross and Scarlett will no doubt be inundated with offers from top promotions, with a move to New Japan Pro-Wrestling seemingly the most fitting option for the intense duo. One half of the current Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, Dragon Lee, is one of the names now free to sign elsewhere from Ring of Honor. Lee started his wrestling career in CMLL, where he stayed for the next 6 years, and during this time, he also competed in ROH and New Japan Pro-Wrestling, winning championships in all three promotions and becoming one of the best luchadors in the world. Being one of the wrestlers released due to Ring of Honor's hiatus, Dragon Lee has several options to choose from. Being a reigning ROH Tag Team Champion alongside his partner Kenny King, he already has an upcoming match to defend the titles, although his schedule will be completely free from January. Beyond that, it is possible that we might see him compete in AAA, where he returned in October to challenge the Lucha Brothers for the AAA Tag Team Championships, although offers will be plentiful from around the world. Before her time in Retribution, Mia Yim had an excellent run on the indies, competing all over the world and making a name for herself by winning TNA's Knockouts Championship. Eventually, she signed with WWE and debuted in their developmental brand of NXT in 2018. After several feuds on the brand, she debuted on the main roster, revealing herself to be a member of the now botched stable Retribution, who were poorly booked before their ultimate demise, soon finding herself lost in the shuffle. On November 4th, she was part of the mass releases of superstars from WWE. Mia is a talented in-ring performer, and a lot of promotions would be willing to sign her up. One such promotion is AEW, with their president Tony Khan stating that a few of the recently released wrestlers interest him, with Mia likely being on that list. Mia Yim's fiance, Keith Lee, was another shocking release on the same day on November 4th. The Limitless One had made a name for himself on the indies, wrestling for promotions like Ring of Honor, PWG, and Evolve. When he debuted in NXT in 2018, he quickly climbed the ranks and became the brand's fastest rising star. He was NXT's first ever double champion, holding both the North American and NXT titles. A main roster call-up had a steady start as he found himself in contention for the WWE title, but soon he dropped down the card following health issues. He would return as the renamed Bearcat Lee, but failed to reach the main event scene again. Keith is a major star, a natural on the mic, and a dominating force in the ring, not to mention his athleticism, and any wrestling promotion would be ecstatic to have him on board. AEW seemed like the most likely option, however a move to Impact Wrestling doesn't seem too far-fetched. A wealth of experience on the indies, followed by an incredibly successful NXT run, positioned Ember Moon as one of WWE's best female wrestlers. Having won the NXT Women's Championship, it seemed she had accomplished everything in the black and gold brand and was called up to the main roster. However, injury would seemingly end her in-ring career, although she did eventually return to the squared circle in NXT, where she had a short women's tag title run. She was amongst the November 4th releases of the company, 1 month after her last match. Fans were surprised to see her released as she was seen as a future star of the women's division. Major promotions outside WWE will undoubtedly be looking to sign her, with any company in the world happy to add her to their roster. Two-time Ring of Honor World Champion Jay Lethal is one of the most decorated veterans on the indies. He made his wrestling debut in 2001, and since then he's gone on to wrestle for promotions like Ring of Honor and TNA Wrestling. His ROH run was particularly praiseworthy, where he earned the nickname of the franchise of Ring of Honor, becoming a mainstay of the main event scene. The unfortunate situation in Ring of Honor means Lethal could now be set to explore the wider wrestling scene. He's a veteran of the business, and any promotion would be happy to have him, with him not only bringing in-ring talent, but a great wealth of experience to the locker room for younger stars to learn from. A return to Impact Wrestling is a possibility, although we could be tempted to venture into the likes of MLW, NWA, or even AEW. Outlaw luchador Bandido is one of the fastest rising stars in the business, establishing himself as one of the best wrestlers in the world in his 10-year career. The current Ring of Honor World Champion started his career in CMLL, working under the names of Cielito and Magnifico 2 before adopting the name of Bandido in 2016 during his time in Lucha Libre Elite. He has since wrestled for the likes of PWG, AAA, and New Japan Pro-Wrestling, and multiple other independent promotions, before joining Ring of Honor in 2018, turning down offers from both WWE and AEW. As the hottest free agent from the recent Ring of Honor exodus, the champion's future doesn't look so bleak. He's already been announced for a GCW show in December, and it's expected that he will once again receive a more full-time offer, with the heights of WWE and AEW not out of reach. Formerly known as Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda has the wrestling world in the palm of his hands, as fans eagerly await his debut outside of WWE. Considered one of the most creative talents in wrestling, Wyndham is set to venture on a path to Hollywood, with him to feature in an upcoming horror movie, with production set to begin in late November. With that said, Wyndham may be able to negotiate a deal with a flexible schedule, which would allow him to continue his acting career whilst appearing in the ring. A promotion that would allow this is AEW, who typically tape shows once or twice a week, with pre-taped episodes of Rampage often tailing live episodes of Dynamite, both being recorded on the same night. I'd also love to see what Wyndham could achieve should he head to Japan with a horror gimmick, following in the footsteps of the Great Muta. And before you go, make sure you check out my video of the hottest upcoming free agents in wrestling, as many contracts that you need to know are set to expire.